Greetings, it is I, Susie Q, back on a video. So yesterday I had a great friend. Her name is Kat. We went to the Papago Buttes and we walked a long time. It was probably like 3 hours of walking. It's not like hiking or anything. We're just walking and talking and sharing some of our stories. So that's been extraordinary. And I really appreciate Kat because she's been a great friend for me. She moved, she left me. So she's living in Arkansas now, but I think she's just doing really, really fantastic, and also with her wife as well, Robin. She's wonderful. All right, so we're going to get started, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about when I started to do the 2008 with the writing, with the proper English woman on the right side. And I started doing videos, and I don't know exactly how I did that, but I think it was probably back in maybe 2016 is when I started to do podcast. I think the podcasts were probably the best before the videos because I had everything written down, and I woke up very early in the morning and I created the material for the podcast, and then I just let it go, right? It was like super fun. But the podcasts were really helping me because I could get some more guidance about what I actually wrote. So sometimes when I'm writing, I'm not really necessarily like looking at the writing, but eventually I'll take a look at it again and go, wow, that was actually pretty cool. It's probably back 2016, I think, is when I started doing that. So the podcasts have been really fun. And like I said, I'm just writing all the material and then I'm just talking in a podcast and just sharing some of my sentiments. And so it's been really fun over the years looking at my podcast. And then eventually I went more into the videos that I've been creating. I've got a bunch of videos on my YouTube channel, and I'm really acknowledging the people who have been open to me, or they want to kind of find out what else is next. What is the next video? And so when I started to do the podcast, like I said, then I went to videos and I started to learn a little bit more about that. Sometimes my son was helping me or my daughter was helping me, kind of clear out what I need to do about the videos or even with the podcast. So it's been really super fun. I really appreciate all the people that have been helping me, supporting me, loving me. I really love just kind of remembering those moments of those words. So basically, I'm kind of like a goofy chick, right? Kind of a hippie chick, right? And then I just start, getting into that written material. And the words on the page get me so freaking excited because I don't really know what's actually going to happen. Maybe a few words come in and then I have to pause. And then I have to have a few more words and then I can pause a little bit. And then we get a little bit more of the energy coming through. Right now, we're in a really neat space right now because, this light energy has been so spectacular. And also the astrology has been really kind of just really humming through. I really love my friends that do astrology. I really appreciate. Gandhari is one. And I have other ones that I really love. But Gandhari is down there in Houston. She's a great astrology person. So I really love that. So going forward, I've been in Scottsdale for I think maybe 6 years or 7 years, I don't know. But we're right down by the canal. We're right by the Papago Buttes, and it's a really pretty place. Right behind our backyard. The canal is right there, and there's that water and ducks and lots of birds. It's been really fantastic. I really just wanted to share some of the sentiments that really kind of encouraged me to start writing more. So I started writing in 2008. I keep saying that all the time, but it's 2008. And then I continue to write. And then I also have about 600 pages of some of my Akashic, I call it Akashic records, or it could be a book of life, book of soul, could be anything like that. It's been an extraordinary time for me to be a little bit more quiet. Before I was kind of like a super, super duper hippie chick, right? And now I've been kind of leaning in a little bit with just being more quiet. And with the quietness and the quietude, I'm just listening. Before I was kind of like I said, I was so cray-cray. I was so cray-cray. cray in Houston, and I was real cray cray at the beginning of Scottsdale. Then all of a sudden, that stillness and that listening has been a great change for me, to just be in a still space and just listening to that still small voice, right? And I absolutely appreciate each one of you that have been listening to my videos or my podcast. Now, my podcast are probably the earliest things that I did with the podcast, and then later I came into just this picture, this video of Susie, right? So all of that material has been really exceptionally awesome. Sometimes when I look at some of my old videos, I'm like, God, who did that? Who did that? But I get a lot of that. I think the podcast is probably my my best place to work with the podcast, and then the videos get kind of cheeky and silly, and it's kind of fun. So I think that's it. But I just wanted to kind of just shout out and say, hey people, how you doing, right? How you feeling? What's going on in your field? What are you experiencing? What do you want to have in your field? Anything about health or wellness or the abundance or juicy stuff, romance? What about that? All of this energy that we're playing with and living with and just experiencing so much fun, And so today I'll be going back to the church, Unity Phoenix, but I'm still here. I'm still here with the books and the Kong. Woo! There we go. It's kind of quiet. Anyway, but I'm really appreciative of everyone that has known me or has listened to any of my written material. I've got tons of things going on, so it's been really extraordinary. At a certain point, I need to probably put some of my materials, like maybe it's like 600 pages, but I think I want to eventually create a book or a workbook. Workbooks are awesome, when you're working with these higher states of consciousness. It's been extraordinarily fun for me to be here in Scottsdale, living my best life, and just experiencing life in a beautiful and gentle way, right? Like I said, I was going into that listening, and so that listening has been really good. I'm starting to get out of that listening and just start kind of like shouting, hey, what's going on, people? But yeah, listening is good, and that stillness is very good. And that's given me a lot of space to just be here in this moment of now. So we'll see you soon. And a namaste. And I love you.